Welcome to the place where future millionaires come to get inspired. Hello, and welcome back to a slightly different kind of video. We know that many of you are on your journey toward financial freedom, and we wanted to put together a list of financial secrets that the wealthy already know. Secrets that most average people will never discover, or if they do, they'll discover them far too late. Please take all of these with a grain of salt and realize these are here to make you think about your current financial situation and what you could do to dramatically change it. The thing is, whenever we do a video like this one, some people will get defensive. They'll say, "This doesn't apply to me," or "I already know this." But the truth is, knowing something and actually applying it are two very different things. While some people are busy making excuses in the comments, the truly motivated ones will grab a pen, write these down, and start making changes today. We've consulted with mentors and financially successful friends about the core differences in how the wealthy and the average person think about money, spend money, and grow money. As always, there are exceptions to every rule. But being aware of these secrets might just give you the edge you've been looking for. And who knows, if you start applying even a few of them, you might find yourself a lot closer to the life you've been dreaming about. Here are 15 financial secrets wealthy people know that average people miss. Wealthy people understand that time is their most valuable asset, not money. Average people think money is the most important resource they have. Wealthy people know the truth. Time is. You can always make more money. You can never make more time. This single shift in thinking changes everything about how you operate. When wealthy people make decisions, they are always thinking about time first. They ask themselves, does this save me time? Does this buy me more time? Does this free up my schedule to focus on higher value activities? Average people trade their time for money their entire lives and wonder why they never get ahead. Wealthy people flip the equation. They use money to buy back their time and then use that time to generate even more money. The moment you start treating every hour of your day as a financial asset, you will start making fundamentally different decisions. Wealthy people pay themselves first. Here is a habit so simple it seems almost too obvious, and yet the vast majority of average people do the complete opposite. When most people get paid, they pay their bills, cover their expenses, buy the things they want, and then save whatever is left over, which is usually nothing. Wealthy people reverse this entirely. The moment money comes in, a portion goes directly into savings or investments before anything else is touched. Before rent, before groceries, before entertainment, before everything. This is not just a budgeting trick. It is a mindset shift. It tells your brain that your financial future is the most important bill you have. Most people treat saving as optional. The wealthy treat it as non-negotiable. Start with even 10% of everything you earn and watch how quickly your financial reality begins to shift. Wealthy people understand the difference between assets and liabilities. This one concept, made famous by Robert Kiyosaki, separates the financially free from those who are permanently stuck. An asset puts money into your pocket. A liability takes money out of your pocket. That's it. That's the whole secret. The wealthy spend their lives accumulating assets. Average people spend their lives accumulating liabilities and calling them assets. That brand new car you financed? Liability. The house you bought that you live in and cost you money every month? Liability. The rental property that generates income every month? Asset. The stock portfolio that pays dividends? Asset. The business that runs while you sleep? Asset. Wealthy people are obsessed with acquiring things that make them money. Average people are obsessed with acquiring things that look like they have money. These are two completely different games, and only one of them leads to financial freedom. Wealthy people invest in themselves before investing in markets. Before any wealthy person ever bought a stock or invested in real estate, they made the most important investment of all. They invested in their own mind. They read books. They attended seminars. They hired coaches and mentors. They spent money to learn skills that would pay them back for the rest of their lives. Average people consider education something that stops when school ends. Wealthy people know that real education, the kind that creates wealth, starts the moment school ends. Think about it this way. A $10 book that teaches you a skill worth $100,000 a year has an infinite return on investment. No stock in the world can compete with that. If you are not currently spending time and money on learning, on growing your financial intelligence, you are already falling behind. Wealthy people have multiple streams of income. Ask an average person where their income comes from, and they will name one source, their job. Ask a wealthy person the same question, and they will start counting. There's the business income, the rental income, the dividend income, the royalty income, the investment returns, the side project. Wealthy people understand that relying on a single income stream is one of the most financially dangerous things a person can do. Your job can disappear overnight. A company can downsize, a market can collapse, and suddenly that single stream of income dries up completely. Wealthy people build financial safety nets, not by saving more from one income, but by creating additional income streams that work even when they're not working. You don't need to build 5 streams at once. Start with 2. Get your primary income stable, then dedicate focused time to building a second one. Wealthy people use debt strategically. Here's where most average people get it completely backwards. They hear avoid debt and treat all debt as the enemy. Meanwhile, wealthy people are using debt as one of their most powerful tools. The difference is simple. Wealthy people only use debt to acquire assets that generate more money than the debt costs them. If you borrow money at 5% to invest in something that returns 15%, that is not a problem. That is a strategy. Average people use debt to buy things that lose value and generate no income. A financed vacation, a credit card full of clothes and gadgets, a car loan on a depreciating vehicle. The wealthy borrow to build. The average person borrows to consume. Understand this distinction deeply, and your entire relationship with money will change. Wealthy people let compound interest work for them instead of against them. Albert Einstein reportedly called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. Here is why. Money invested early grows exponentially over time, not gradually, exponentially. A person who starts investing at 25 and stops at 35 will, in many cases, end up with more money at retirement than someone who starts at 35 and invests every single year until they retire. That is the power of time combined with compounding returns. When you carry credit card debt, compound interest is working against you with that same terrifying power. The average credit card charges anywhere from 18 to 25% interest. That debt compounds just as aggressively as investments do, only in the wrong direction. Wealthy people make compound interest their most powerful ally. Average people let it become their worst financial enemy. Wealthy people understand taxes and use them to their advantage. This might be the most overlooked secret on this entire list. The tax code in virtually every country on Earth is not designed equally. It is structured in a way that rewards business owners and investors and burdens employees. Wealthy people know this. They study it. They use it. They work with accountants and tax professionals not just to file taxes, but to legally minimize what they owe. Average people accept whatever tax bill they receive as fixed and unavoidable. Wealthy people treat taxes as a problem to be solved. They use legal structures, businesses, investment accounts, real estate deductions, retirement vehicles to keep more of what they earn. You do not need to be a tax expert, but you do need to care enough about your money to understand the basic rules of the game you are playing. Wealthy people think in decades, not months. Average people think about money in terms of this paycheck, this month, this year, at most. Wealthy people think in decades. They make decisions today based on where they want to be in 10 or 20 years. This long-term thinking is one of the most powerful advantages the wealthy have over everyone else, and it costs absolutely nothing to adopt. When you think in decades, short-term setbacks stop being catastrophic. A market crash is not a disaster. It is a buying opportunity. A failed business is not the end. It is a lesson. Wealthy people are playing a long game while most people are reacting to short-term noise. The most important financial decisions you will ever make are the ones you make today for a future version of yourself. Wealthy people build networks that are worth more than their net worth. You have heard that your network is your net worth, but most people treat this as a motivational quote rather than a literal financial strategy. Wealthy people do not leave their social circle to chance. They are intentional about who they spend time with, who they learn from, and who they align themselves with professionally. They understand that the right introduction, the right mentor, or the right business partner can do more for your financial life than years of working alone. Average people surround themselves with whoever is convenient. Old friends, family members, colleagues, regardless of whether those relationships push them forward or hold them back. This is not about abandoning people you care about. It is about being honest with yourself about who inspires you to grow and who pulls you back toward mediocrity. If the 5 people closest to you have no financial ambition, no investment mindset, and no drive to build something meaningful, you already know what that means for you. Wealthy people are not afraid of failure. They are afraid of never trying. Here is the financial secret nobody talks about. Behind almost every wealthy person is a trail of failures, mistakes, bad investments, and wrong turns. The difference is they kept going. They treated every failure as tuition, expensive, sometimes painful, but ultimately educational. Average people treat failure as a stop sign. Wealthy people treat it as a detour. The fear of financial failure keeps more people poor than any other single factor. People do not start businesses because they are afraid of failing. They do not invest because they are afraid of losing. They do not negotiate their salary because they are afraid of hearing no. And so, they stay exactly where they are, safe, comfortable, and broke. Wealthy people know that the cost of inaction is always greater than the cost of failure. Wealthy people solve problems for large numbers of people. This is the fundamental truth of how wealth is created in the first place. Money is not random. It flows toward people who solve problems. The bigger the problem you solve, and the more people you solve it for, the more money flows your way. It really is that simple. Bill Gates solved the problem of personal computing. Elon Musk is solving the problem of energy and transportation. Jeff Bezos solved the problem of convenient shopping. You do not need to think on that scale to apply this principle. What problem can you solve in your industry, your community, or your field of expertise? What do people need help with that you are uniquely positioned to provide? Average people look for ways to earn money. Wealthy people look for problems to solve and let the money follow. These are completely different orientations toward the same goal. Wealthy people automate their finances. One of the most practical and underrated financial secrets is automation. Wealthy people do not rely on willpower or discipline to save and invest. They set up systems that make the right financial behaviors happen automatically, without requiring a single decision each month. Savings are automatically transferred on payday. Investments are automatically purchased on a schedule. Bills are automatically paid on time. Average people manage money manually and emotionally, which means it is subject to impulse, distraction, and bad days. When you automate your finances, you remove yourself as the weakest link in your own financial plan. You stop making emotional decisions with money, because the important decisions have already been made by the system you set up. Set it up once and let it work for you every single month. Wealthy people know their numbers. Ask an average person what their net worth is, and they will not know. Ask them what their monthly expenses total, and they will guess. Ask them what rate of return their investments are generating, and they will stare blankly. Wealthy people know their numbers with precision. They know exactly how much money is coming in, how much is going out, what their assets are worth, what their liabilities cost them, and what their financial trajectory looks like. You cannot manage what you do not measure. If you do not know your financial numbers, you are essentially driving toward your destination with a blindfold on and hoping you get there. Every wealthy person treats their personal finances like a business, with clarity, accountability, and regular review. Start tracking your numbers today, not next month. Today. Wealthy people know that financial freedom is built, not given. Nobody is coming to save you financially. No government program, no lucky lottery ticket, no inheritance, no perfect moment when everything finally lines up. Wealthy people figured this out early. They stopped waiting for external circumstances to change and started changing their internal ones. They worked on their mindset, their skills, their habits, and their strategy, consistently over time, without waiting for permission or perfect conditions. The most dangerous financial belief in the world is that someone or something else is responsible for your financial outcome. That belief will keep you exactly where you are for the rest of your life. The moment you accept that your financial future is entirely 100% in your hands, that is the moment everything becomes possible. We know this video was a long one, but we genuinely believe that even one of these 15 secrets, properly applied, could change the direction of your financial life. If you know someone who needs to hear this, do them a real favor and share this video with them. We want to know, which of these 15 secrets hit the hardest for you? Which one are you going to start applying this week? Let us know in the comments below. Oh, you're still here? Good. That tells us something about you. Here is your bonus secret. Wealthy people do not wish for wealth. They decide to build it, and then they act on that decision every single day. If you are ready to make that decision right now, write, "I am building my wealth starting today," in the comments. Make it public. Make yourself accountable. Let us know you are serious. Thank you for spending time with us today. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We handpicked these videos, which we think you should watch next. We will see you in the next one.